Monday nights are on and popping, you guys. Love and Hip Hop is back in action. But the question is, Kirk and Rasheeda, what you doing here? Hey you guys, your girl G here. Welcome back to my channel. Y'all know what time it is. Love and Hip Hop is back, you guys. We have been on a long hiatus from Love and Hip Hop, obviously because of COVID, and a whole lot of people are honestly just falling off of Love and Hip Hop because at one point, it just didn't seem like there was a lot of hip hop and Love and Hip Hop. It was a bunch of girls fighting, throwing shoes at each other, a bunch of Instagram models claiming, I'm a rapper, but really you just like singing on beat, and you like the fact that you could be in the studio with a bunch of rappers, and hopefully you was going to be able to, you know, suck for a feature. That's basically what it was. And then, you know, people like Alexa Sky who literally were like, oh, I did a song. And it's like, no, you slept with Fetty Wap and look where that got you, bitch. Like, that's all I'm trying to say. Like, at least we now have people who you can tell like music is what they're into and is what they do, and actually already have some skin in the game. That's all I'm trying to say. But this episode of Love and Hip Hop ain't really give us a whole bunch. It's the first episode, so just a little yang, but it's okay. We're gonna go ahead and break it down. I appreciate all you guys who are constantly tuning in. I didn't get a chance to review Ready to Love, y'all. This past weekend I just didn't have no energy. Like, I suffer from really bad iron deficiency, so it sucks. Like, iron is one of those, unfortunate, like iron, vitamin D, like all those things are what helps your body go. And I suffer from iron deficiency, so I have to get these, infusions, blood infusions, stuff like that. And clearly it's coming up on time for me to get one because I just have no energy at all. Barely enough to get up and eat. Like, your girl been starving basically all day just because I don't want to get up. Like, that's how tired I be. And I'm gonna push through and do this review. I'm gonna try to give y'all what you came for. So I just want to say appreciate y'all who, even though I be slacking sometimes, I be coming back when I can. Y'all stay showing love and support. So let's go ahead and get to Love and Hip Hop. Break down this episode and whatnot with all of this madness, especially between Safari and Erica Mena, okay? So we open up with Yandy coming down to the ATL. We all know that she moved down here after Mendeecees. Oh my God, shout out to Terrence who said Felonices. Y'all, that shit took me out. Felonices. That was a good one, Terrence. But they down in the ATL, y'all. ATL is popping for everybody, basically. They come down here where the rich cars be, okay? Shout out to Funky Dineva. Everybody wants to get put on in Atlanta, but nonetheless, Yandy's moving down here. A lot of her family is down and things like that, and plus they're just ready to get in a new environment as far as, being in New York and stuff like that goes. So we see a scene with her family, her cousin, things like that. The dad, he's 5 miles away, so it's, all good living. But she's talking to them about going back to Kentucky for Breonna Taylor. Kentucky or Arizona? No, Kentucky, I think it was. For Breonna Taylor's 1-year anniversary. And of course they're worried about her because she got maced, taken to jail, like all of these things that clearly, are risky when it comes to when you are protesting. They got no remorse when it comes to how they handle Black people protests. And so they're just worried for her, but nonetheless, they are proud of her, doing her thing as far as, using her voice and her publicity, for good. So moving on from that, we see a little scene with the Bam. Y'all know she is pregnant again. We all last saw Bam on Family Reunion. Her and Scrappy had a lot of marital issues. And basically one day they got drunk, got to rapping, and that's how it happened. She ended up pregnant with baby number uno dos. Numero dos, like I said. And she's now over here looking real cute though, pregnant in her Fashion Nova pregnancy fit. And so Sierra and Erica Mena end up coming over for, some drinks and to shoot the shits. And so Erica Mena came in looking cute, she had never had no problem dressing. The shoes were fly. Sierra came in and they basically just started talking about how that niggas ain't shit. Basically, is what it was. Bambi is dealing with what a lot of women deal with, which is I get pregnant and they expect things to continue as if I'm not growing a whole ass human fetus inside of my body, sucking the living daylights energy out of me. Like, men, I swear, are just so fucking selfish sometimes. And it's exhausting when you see like women constantly tell the story of how it's just like, I've always been doing everything, and you just wait for the moment that your husband is gonna look at you doing everything and be like, huh, she must be tired. Let me do something. But no, it don't work that way. They will keep letting you do something until you literally sit they behind down and be like, look, nigga, like, pick up, or I'm tired. That's what I'm tired, boss. Like, give me a break. So Erica Mena's feeling the same exact way. She's looking at Safari like, I have this baby now. It's just not fun for him anymore. We all know what happened when that whole marital issue, apparently, like yesterday or day before yesterday, Safari was out with her best friend. She claiming that she, sleeping on Safari and stuff like that. And how dare she, he married and all types of stuff. And I'm just like, says the person that used to mess with a married man. Like, I had totally forgot about Erica Mena messing with what's that DJ Envy, and he married. Everybody know he married. So Erica, for you to be sitting there trying to be mad, if it was happening, it's like, ain't that the pot calling the kettle black? Funny how life, that karma, woo, I tell you, karma, that bitch come on right around, won't she? But basically, they're all just sitting there like, we just wish the men would pick up like we're tired, and just understand that we are not strong and can't always do it all, basically. So Sierra, she talking about, oh my God, I love you guys, you're my friends, and the guys are my friends too. And it's like, bitch, them niggas ain't your friends, shut up. But she get to talking about BK, how she with her new man and whatnot, how her and BK broke up, and she's ready to move on, but there are some days that she be thinking about BK. So we kind of end up going to the next scene where her and her friends were at the jewelry store. She trying to pawn her ring out, basically trying to see how much it's worth, and basically talking to her friends and cousin or whatever about how she is ready to move on. But even though there are days she goes back and looks at BK's Instagram, and they're like, oh, if you still looking at their Instagram, that means you must care. Yes, you can be over, nigga, but like, you still miss the good times you had. I feel like that's what Sierra's simply suffering from, just thinking about all the good times that they had. So, but she got her new man by the name of Eric. He took her to Dubai. She said he got a third leg. And the fact that she said I was in Dubai with a third leg means, BK, I ain't trying to say no things, but you might not be packing in the nether regions. Because when a girl emphasized that with her new man, that means that she was staying, she loved you enough to just, fake it. She loved you enough to fake it. Because when I look at BK, I just don't get BDE. I just don't. I just really don't. But basically, the friends were like, we knew he wasn't nothing for you, but you were just constantly, decided to stick with him. She was like, I would do it out of, try to like prove to the world that he really was a good man, and that, he really wasn't bad as everybody's saying that he was. And she didn't want to have to deal with the embarrassment of like breaking up with him and stuff like that. Obviously being a public figure. But she's like, the minute he proposed, she had to think like, damn, do I really want to stay with this man the rest of my life? And she realized, nah, that wasn't it. So she broke it off like a week later. And 2 months after that, she was in Dubai. So, of course, BK feeling some type of way. He posting on, the gram about how she fake, she this and that. She was cheating on me the whole time. And basically, she feels like, I did up and leave him. So, maybe I do owe him some type of, closure. So, she wants to go and talk to BK and try to, like, get to a medium ground. But it's like, that ain't getting ready to happen, boo-boo. It just ain't. You out nigga the nigga. Like, men do not like when you beat them at their own game, period. They can be the one off, slinging dick around all around town, community penis, and want you to be at home all in love, struck, looking dumb and stupid. But the minute you start treating them the way they treat you, all of a sudden it's, oh, you ain't never been nothing. I should have never turned a hoe into a housewife. It's like, bruh, oh, you really thought I was gonna stay at home be crying over you with a bottle of Merlot and some, Mary J. Blige. No, sir. So now she's deciding to go basically talk to him. So after that, we see this little phony baloney scene with Kirk and Rasheeda. Y'all, they old prehistoric Tyrannosaurus Rex asses are back on Love and Hip Hop, and it's like, I get why y'all are trying to bring them here. Like, they are OGs in the Love and Hip Hop game, so you want that little bit of nostalgia, but it's like, we good on that. Like, Kirk and Rasheeda aren't necessarily like bringing anything that we haven't seen before. So now we basically see them in the room trying to get while the getting's good, because we all last saw them on Family Reunion, and they're basically trying to get their marriage out of this rut, basically saying they ain't been freaky deaky enough, and so they are fake having sex. And then Carter come in the room talking about, oh, can you fix the PlayStation? He's like, in my head, I'm thinking, what did y'all have to get this boy for him to walk in y'all room at this exact time? And what did y'all promise him? Some hot Cheetos and a new PlayStation game? Like, did y'all promise him the new Lego Death Star box? Like, what was this? He couldn't even do the scene straight. So it was just kind of like, oh my God, Love and Hip Hop, y'all gonna be back on that bullshit? Okay. Like, if this is what y'all gotta do to keep Kirk and Rasheeda, y'all can have it, basically. So yeah, that little crappy scene just had me reminded me why sometimes I don't like watching Love and Hip Hop, because they really be faking. But basically, they got so much going on in their lives that they be distracted from each other, yada yada yada. So we see this scene from with Safari and Scrap, basically two men who are married trying to figure out how to be men who are selfish in married lives. They sitting there looking at each other like, man, this shit was hard. I didn't know it was gonna be this hard. You ain't never met one person that was married that said, oh, this shit is a breeze. Not one person. So why the hell did you think yours was gonna be any different? Why the hell did you think having a baby for you was gonna be any different? And it's been Safari who be like, oh my God, I didn't know having a baby was this hard. That's it never crosses y'all mind, because it never has to. For y'all, immediately the woman is pregnant, so she gonna handle the baby. That's her thing. And it's the fact that it's just now, if it's hard for you, this is what I don't understand about men. If it's hard for you and the little bit that you do it, why is it not hard? Why do you not have that sympathy for your wife or your woman and it being that hard? But she's just supposed to do it because she's a woman, right? But the minute you do it for a couple of days, it's ooh, shit, damn, I didn't know it was all this. But if it's all this when you do it for 3 days, why is it not all of this when your woman doing it? But yeah, you still expect her to do it. So then they get to talking about how, having women who be disrespecting them, calling them all types of, BANs, and especially in front of people, they oh man, that shit's so disrespectful. It's well, shit, if you acting like it, I mean, stop doing bitch ass nigga shit. That's all I gotta say. Now with the swinging on each other, throwing stuff that ain't cool. And if this is the extent that y'all are getting y'all's relationship, then y'all don't need to be together, because now there's kids involved. That shit is, detrimental to kids in a living situation. So it's just kind of y'all need to do better. But basically him and Scrappy was looking in the mirror, giving some affirmations or some shit, talking about, oh, I want my feet rubbed. I want the gold leaf in the tub. And all of a sudden, Safari goes off on this rant about oatmeal, and Scrap is looking like, oatmeal? He's about, how about you not throw out my oatmeal, talking about it tastes like cardboard, but why didn't you make me no oatmeal that didn't taste like this? He's like, well, you said it tastes like cardboard, so why do you want it anyway? I was looking the same way, the hell? Okay. So, Sierra goes to see BK, right? She pull up, of course. When you go to see your ex, you gotta look some type of way. And she basically goes talk to BK about obviously their history. She pulling up, oh, I love shopping when I come here. He said, well, yeah, you can buy something for you and your boyfriend. It's kind of like, skirt, okay. She like, why you talking about nothing to man? Like, I wasn't worried about no other bitches when I was with you. He's like, man, that's such a lie. And from the minute, it just went from, oh, you was always looking at girls, oh, you was always cheating on me, oh, I was only worried about girls because you was cheating on me with them. Like, it was just a snowball effect. And so basically, to the point of BK was feeling like, you with this dude already, like you must have been cheating on me. She's like, I wasn't cheating on you. Like, that's such a lie. You doing it to make yourself not look like, the F nigga that you are. What happens is, to a lot of men, why a woman can move on so fast after, getting out of a relationship, because she mentally was already gone. And then Sierra said that herself, like, women will literally already be out of a relationship if they've already moved on 9 times, like they've 6, 10, almost a year out, they emotionally, mentally have already been out of the relationship. So physically, they can move out there sooner versus men. They'll move out of a relationship physically, just out of the physicalness of it all. But mentally, them niggas be struggling, which is what's happening with BK. He's struggling right now because he was not expecting Sierra to just up and, go ghost on his ass. So they go from talking about, oh, you ain't shit, you was cheating on me, to, like, you trying to make me look bad on the gram. Like, she called him Eric. She said, Eric, she's like, oh my God, I'm sorry, Romeo. What's his name? Romeo. Oh my God, why I keep calling him Eric? I know that shit stung in the back of his heart, okay? But nonetheless, she told him to take that shit like a G and leave it alone, okay? It's done. It's over. Like, lick your wounds at the house. So, oh shit, y'all forgot about young Baby Tate. So young Baby Tate, she is the up-and-coming new girl. Like I said, one of the newbies. Her mom is, a Grammy Award-winning artist. She has that song that's viral on TikTok or whatever, called I Am. So, I really like her. I like her energy. She's kind of talking about how, like, she wants to just be like a new wave of women artists who just like, that's where they gravitate to when they just want to feel good about themselves. And I can respect that. She is the only, child. So she's been hanging out with her friends for a long time. They like family to her. And so far, young Baby Tate, she's doing South by Southwest. She's up and, coming in the industry. So I can respect it. So far, young Baby Tate, is on my good list. But it's only episode 1. So we got a lot to go from there. But back to the end, you guys. So, I think that was pretty much it. Now we got to get to the end with Safari and Erica. So Safari told Scrap that Erica had threw out their wedding pictures, right? So when he goes to see Erica, basically, he mad. He's feeling some type of way. She feels like he doesn't like woo her like he did in the beginning. He feels like, oh, she too tired. She ain't got enough energy to mess with me. She always yelling at me. And it's like, man, y'all gotta understand, mentally and emotionally, if a woman is drained, she not into it, she not gonna be giving you that gawk 6,000. Like, she not gonna be doing it. She not gonna be doing it like when y'all first met, because she hates your ass right now. Ain't no way in hell I'm gonna be going all out for a man and he's sitting here watching me struggle and don't want to pick up a freaking basket of laundry. It ain't happening. Why should you get rewarded and I ain't getting nothing in return? It ain't happening, my nigga. So he walks in, she like, oh, how you, and he like, at this time, Erica looked pregnant, or I'm not sure. You could definitely tell she's like, she might be pregnant in this scene. But you can definitely tell Safari's hairline definitely was fading away. It looked a lot more natural. I'm glad, because that shit that one time, woo, Beijing to the roof. But he was like, oh, what's up? She's like, oh, he's like, oh, was talking about he was sleeping in the studio. She's like, does it hug you back? I said, what the shit? Does it hug you back? And so he was like, yeah, but it's calm. She's like, calm, really? She's like, look, I am sitting here like thinking like you always think it's a rap video. Like, this is not, like, I'm expecting you to at least on the weekends, like, help me with the baby. Like, I'm tired. If I'm doing it all week, the least you could do is 2 days out of the week. Like, clean the house, do the laundry, wash the dishes. I promise you, man, that's gonna go a lot further. I promise you. Then you sitting there watching your wife and be like, she got it. That shit's not gonna fly for that long. It's not. So he's telling her, like, oh, you tired of this? Like, you threw out our wedding pictures. Why did you do that? She was like, you just literally told the world that I was your biggest mistake. And he was like, well, that was a real life. You know, the pictures is real life. And it's like, Safari, quit playing, bruh. A part of me felt like this scene definitely was a like 50-50, like 50% real, 50% acting. But at the grand scheme of things, like, it's based off of real issues that they got going on. So we just gonna let it ride. She basically told him, like, it's not a rap video. He's like, why is it not a rap video? She's like, because of this. Like, you gotta come home to your wife and kids. That's not a fucking rap video. So he's like, basically feeling like, you gotta do what you gotta do. And she's like, what does that mean? He's like, you not happy, do what you gotta do. She was like, but what is that? He's like, well, what if you want it to be? So she's like, so you telling me, like, you don't want this no more? You don't want to be married anymore? And she's like, you good on this? And he was just kind of like, so she's like, for real? And then she gets up, puts her sound pack down, and she slams the door. Man, this is what she always do. She always slamming doors. And it's like, nigga, she's slamming doors, but at least she ain't slamming no goddamn pan into your face, like off of Medea's family reunion, playing grit ball and shit. But that was episode 1 of Love It Hip Hop. So far, you know, episode was just enough. And next week, it seems that things are just going to continue on. But of course, we'll be here to talk about it. Tell me what you think so far about Safari and Erica's Minute storyline. Do you feel like part of it's real? All of it's real? How do you guys feel about Kirk and Rasheeda being on this season? Do you guys feel like Sierra low-key is wanting BK back, or at least wanting BK to still fawn over her? And Bambi and Scrappy, do you feel like they'll make it? Do you really feel like they can pull through this? Y'all let me know down in the comments. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Tag, post, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Deuces.